Hop up in, tell me how we sound, man. Can you hear me okay? Can we get the wolf pack going? Yo, can y'all hear that wolf pack? Let me know if you can hear the wolf pack music. I'm checking some other things out. Please just let me know. Yeah. See, it's showing. Okay. No, that's cool. Come on. All right, right up in the chat when you jump in. Please write in the chat. Let me know you here. I can come, I'm trying to get this working. There we go. Yo, that Wolfpack be thumping, man. I don't know what they be on back then, man. They was gang banging to the fullest up in W, man. Wow. They're wilding. Okay, there we go. So, all right, chat. Good. Okay, we can see. You got a smile, looking good, sound good, right? I want to go ahead and give people a chance to join, share out the content as well. And I'm going to jump right into it, man, because going through the issues with the damn sound and shit was amazing. All right, clear. Sound is good. Cool. I don't want to waste no time, man. We already be dealing with it. So, yeah, we're going to kick this shit off right, man. Let's go ahead and take a shot. Cheers to everybody out there. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, man. Excuse me. Let me open up the show, right? What's going on? It's your boy Nick Moses 05, 11/26/2023. You could be anywhere else in the world. You are here with your boy. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, football, whatever sports you watch. I don't even care what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. And this drink is for y'all. So cheers. This is a big shot, and I ain't wasting no time, man. Woo! Thank everybody. Sound, video, everything is working. There was a couple things before I jumped straight into the topic, and I had to jump into this because it was something that I seen people actually bring it to my attention, debating. There was multiple groups debating this. Now, I'm not going to pull into this long rant of what different people are saying, but being that it was a topic of discussion, I really want to dive deep into it. And I got a lot of things here, a lot of things to cover. And it's something that we all familiar with. So you don't really got to go digging for information. All of you who have played any of these consoles, you are going to be right in line with this information. So you ain't got to go figure we getting all technical and all that. Now, first, I'm going to go to the shout out for the chat. Shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies. I don't know why that sound came up for y'all, but shout out to the ladies. Chelsea's Way, thank you for tuning in. Magnus, my dog, where you been? Dap me up. Good to see you. We go back. Ajax, Flapjacks, you know what else. Jojo, my man Jojo, man, good to see you, man. I love to see my man Jojo. He been around since the beginning of the Crown, man. You know what I mean? So that's my dog. But anyways, man, I took the shot. I want to get straight into a couple things. First and foremost, a lot of things, y'all, happened to me. One of the worst, and this is actually like a confession, to be honest. I shouldn't be doing this, but I actually was playing Call of Duty over this break, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, my KD went down, right? I was feeling kind of bad, kill death ratio, for those who do not know. And I was reaching, bro. I was reaching, man. So I just want to go ahead and say that I wilded out and stumbled upon some wild stuff, bro. You know how you have stuff in your, you might went to GNC, you might got something and you start drinking something, man. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Magic Mind. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Hey, I pop one of these boys, Jack. I popped one of these boys. I kid you not. I went from, you know what I mean, like losing and getting stomped, feeling like I'm broke, to slide cancels and quick scopes. Like it was ignorant. I don't know what happened. Picking attachments for my gun. Everything. I was on point. I don't want to be the type to be like, hey, but nonetheless, it's healthy stuff inside of it, a lot of different ingredients. I'm not going to get into the technical mumbo jumbo. That's not what I'm here for. But yo, I popped one of these shots, and I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. KD went up, and yeah, every time. So forget the G Fuel, man. Magic Mind. All right. I'm going to just go ahead, plug that out right now. All right. So with that out the way, Mr. Mario episode dropping, I do believe on the 29th I'm going to check that date, but I do believe Mod Chat, Mr. Mario episode. Shout out to Mr. Mario. We're going to go ahead, give you some NWO music. We're going to respect you. We're going to respect you. But Mr. Mario, shout you out. We're going to be on the podcast, man. It's a big thing. All right. And that's on the 29th. So everybody tune into that. I also have a lot of podcast episodes that's already up that are going to be more coming because I want to make sure to have everything up. YouTube, podcast, all that shit before the episode drops. We got to have everything rolling. Now, let's get to the good shit, y'all. This is what y'all are here for. I'm going to be honest, y'all. There was a huge discussion and people were talking about, is the Nintendo Switch really a home console? And there was a big discussion around this. Like, people were seriously talking about it, like, is it a home console? Now, my first thought was, duh, why do they got a dock where you can hook it up and everything like that? It's a home console, or it's whatever you make of it. That was like my initial thought. Then I started going down a rabbit hole. And, you know, when you start reading forums and different people, what their thoughts are and their processes, it can sway. It can sway. And I must say, I must have been a little swayed. All right. Must have been a little swayed. And shout out Dr. Specimen. I see you right there. And I appreciate that. JoJo, my man JoJo. Appreciate that. That is a big thing to be on the Mod Chat. It's a pretty big thing. You know, I ain't think it's gonna make it, but definitely made it. But I dug deep. I dug real deep, man. And I took a look at all the data. I took a look at history. I took a look at where we're at currently in the gaming spectrum as a whole. I did it all. And I got the final answer. Yo, Kevin, what's up, man? I see you there, Kevin. I didn't even mean to take your chat off, Kevin. My bad. And if you're listening to the podcast, if there's anything you want to, you know, be part of the live thing, you know, you can always do that. Any one of the social platforms, jump down, holla at your boy. Let's go. So when I start diving deep, I really thought about it. Nintendo Switch, first of all, is not a home console. I'm going to keep it a buck, y'all. I'm going to keep it a buck. When I start thinking of it, to me, it's not a home console. And for those who say, hey, it's 75% home, it's 25% portable, Nick, you're wrong. I am sorry. It is 100% to me, not a home console. All right. Joshua Drake, what's up? I see my man Joshua Drake out there. You know how we go back, my dog. Shake my hand, sir. Shake my hand. But I do not think it's a home console at all. That is me. Now, I do know there are certain things that may contradict what I'm saying. For instance, it comes with a dock that allows you to connect it to the TV to be able to play 1080p. Okay, beautiful. You could be able to play this on your big screen, 75-inch TV. Live it up, man. How are you going to tell me this is not a home console when I'm playing a first-party title that you can find on a top gaming system and I'm playing it at home? How is it not a home console? Great question. Great question. I'm going to tell you why I do not believe Nintendo Switch is a home console. And that's just me. This is my own personal opinion. I would like for everyone else to chime in. Tell me if you think Nintendo Switch is a home console. Am I bugging? Am I smoking wiki sticks? Like, tell me, what am I doing? Okay, just let me know. Am I tripping? But to me, in order to understand, is Nintendo Switch a home console, you really honestly have to go through the history. You can't do that just by jumping in this console generation. Because if you do that, you're doing yourself a real disservice to the actual context behind everything. I can tell you that Nintendo Switch was something that was thought about along the lines of the console generations when Nintendo released previous consoles. As you can see, the Wii U was more like a hybrid between a home console, but still you can move around the house, right? It was a bit different. As long as you were within a certain radius of the console, you can play your game. And this is a full game. And the Wii, we talk about how innovative the Wii was with motion controls. These things became a phenomenon and introduced people to gaming that never would have thought about playing gaming, you know, or playing games, excuse me, whether they were 80, 90, 20, did not matter. So Nintendo's been on this innovation path. And when the Switch came out, it was their way of fixing the Wii U by having a console that's actually now what the Wii U was not. You can now take this fully on the go. You can be anywhere, and as long as this is charged, you'll be able to play your games, no problem, the same games that you can play at home. But you cannot play with the upscaling, right? You don't have that dock. You don't have that TV. You don't have that power. So, it's kind of a thing. So how do each of you feel on that? And I will dive deeper on this about the history. Now, JoJo says a home video game system comes with a 6-button or more controller, not 2 broken, crappy Joy-Cons that never work. My man JoJo said Nintendo Switch is not a home console. He expects his home console to have more than 6 buttons. Now, I do think it has more than 6 buttons. I think you got the buttons you can push down right there. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4. You got the, I think it do. All right, I ain't gonna trash them like that, but I do see where my man JoJo is coming from, because I actually have multiple Nintendo Switches. I have a Nintendo Switch, the original version 1, and I also have a Nintendo Switch Lite. So I have one that's on the dock permanently on the entertainment system. It does not come off. And I have a portable one in the Nintendo Switch Lite. So why is it you don't say it's a home console, Nick? I'm going to tell you why. Because it came out, or Nintendo, I should say, came out with the Switch Lite. The Switch Lite does not take any physical cartridges at all. Okay, no physical media, only digital. But it is portable as well. It also does not come with the dock. This is meant to be fully portable. To me, you're playing the same exact games on either one. There's probably more of an advantage to playing the original, to be honest, than the Lite, besides the price. You're paying, a lower price point for a Nintendo Switch Lite. This, to me, is just a good sign that both these systems are portable. They are portable systems. What you have is an attachment to be able to connect your Nintendo Switch to the TV. That is where the dock comes in. And if you don't have a dock, I'm sure you can buy some third-party tool that allows you to connect your Nintendo Switch to the TV without having a Nintendo Switch official deck. So that leaves me to the question, is it a home console? Now, you play it at home. Theoretically, it's a home console, Nick. Bam! Shut down your whole theory. Shut up. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of systems I can play at home that I don't consider home consoles. I don't consider my cell phone being a home console. I play my cell phone at home 80% of the time. I do not consider it a home console. Even if I use it for other things, let's take all that out. Let's talk about video games on the cell phone. I play them 80% of the time at home. At home, bro. Does that make my cell phone a video game console that you play at home? A home gaming console? To me, it does not. Tosco, thank you. I love the Tosco. Thank you for chiming in. It is power by a battery, make it is not a home console. All right? I like that theory. Let's roll with my man Tosco. Tosco, dap me up. Thank you for tuning in. All right? Let's roll with what Tosco's saying right now. Let's roll with it. I might just pour another one, okay? But Tosco's on to something. That home consoles you don't see. You do not see home consoles with batteries for you to be able to take them on the go. You don't see that. That, in theory, makes it portable. Now, some want to say because it's portable, that does not deny it being a home console. Most of the power lies behind playing it at home. I disagree. There's a lot of different things I think of when I think of home console. Prime example. With home console, I think of sitting in one place and that shit don't move. It don't move. Wolfpack, back me up on that. It don't move. Yo, I can go look at my PlayStation 4, my Nintendo Switch on the dock, and I can pick it up and walk away with it. I don't. Xbox Series X right there. My Meta Quest 2 is sitting right there, bro. And that technically it's portable. Or is it? I got you there. I play my MetaQuest 2 at home. I don't play it anywhere else. Does that make it a home console? No. Hope you heard me. Does not. The reason I would say it does not make it a home console, and Toss goes on to something, it does include a battery. You do take it with you. You do leave. Now, my man Magnus, I want to say it's a... Yo, now my man Magnus, I'm going to say this. Now, Magnus said, the topic could be pointless. It's like saying a sex robot is a real woman too. It's not, Magnus. It's not. We're not going to go there, Magnus. A sex robot is not a real woman. It ain't. It ain't no way you're going to make it. Just because you got something that opened up and you can do your thug dizzle does not make it a real woman. It can lay there. Even if it can go, oink, 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 that does not make it a real woman. Okay? And I don't care what no dude tell me. All right? It don't. But I will say, Magnus, if they started making the AI where it thinks on its own, you got these dolls talking to you. Oh, you smell good. Damn thing can't even smell. You smell good. You look good. Oh, it's a real woman. You never know. Now, I'm going to say to this, it's a big deal because in the console history, the reason why this is different from that theory that you mentioned, my dog Magnus, shout out Magnus, my dog, is because Nintendo markets themselves as if they're part of the battle. It would be different if Nintendo, was not part of this whole journey and it was just separate from Microsoft and Sony. That ain't the case. All right, that ain't the case. And if you got some damn sex robots and there's a competing market and you got a couple of them, hey, maybe we can talk. I don't know. But in this right here, you got Nintendo stating that we most innovative. Nintendo has always stated that they're one of the most innovative companies out there when it comes to gaming. We can flat out say they want to say they own it. They want to say they own it. And I'm going to be honest, the innovation is sick. With Nintendo, I do love the innovation. But home console, though, hell no. Hell no, man. So, I want to go ahead and take y'all through. Look, he said you missed. I know where you're going. I know where you're going with it, Magnus. I know where you're going. But I do think that based on what you're saying, you can say some people would say a sex robot is the real woman. It is the real woman because I make love to her at home. I also talk to her at home. I also hug her all the time at home. So she's a real woman to me. I get what you're saying, right? I get what you're saying. But the God's honest truth is it ain't a damn real woman. And there's a lot of people out there who would consider the Nintendo Switch to be a home console for real, legit, like mean it, like we'll back you down into a corner and beat your ass and tell you Nintendo Switch is outsold. Must Microsoft or Sony every single day of the week. They're just outselling. They won the console war. It's not even a console war. Nintendo won. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I do not think there is even a consideration of Nintendo being in a console war. And I'm one of those dudes that love a good console war. I don't give a damn how long this shit go on. Shit can go on for 20 years. We could be talking about old consoles. Yo, if y'all want to talk about console wars, I was there for it all. I ain't gonna say my age. 40 years old. Excuse me. Take a quick shot. Notice that was a double. I wasn't going to take that whole thing. Whoa. But I've been around for it all. And I can tell you, I remember when PlayStation 3 first released. And this is a big part of the gaming console wars. I know a lot of people might not think so, but I want you to walk with me on this and understand why I say this is such a huge point in the destiny of everything what I'm talking about now with Nintendo Switch. When the PlayStation 3 came out, there was two other consoles that came out along with it. The Xbox 360 and the Nintendo Wii. They all isolated certain markets, and they all kind of paved the way for the future that we see today. And I think that's the console generation. You can probably go before and say, oh, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo 64. I don't think it's that. I really do not think it's that, because PlayStation 3, when that came out, it was a lot of things to cover within that. One, PlayStation 3 had Blu-ray. That was a big thing, pushing Blu-ray. And I could say Sony single-handedly may be the reason we're using Blu-rays the way we are today. I could probably say that with a confidential statement. Okay? Like, I don't think there's a debate. Because if you walked into a store and they told you, excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the Blu-ray players are? Oh, yes, they're right over there to the left, okay? It's like, look, I don't even want to look, man. What's your cheapest one? Well, sir, I'm going to be honest. The cheapest one we have is a Sony PlayStation 3. How much does that go for? Oh, I'm going to be honest. The version you're looking for is going to be $599. $600, plus tax, yeah. Oh, I don't need to play no damn games. Oh, hell no, I'm out of here. He goes and looks at the section. He starts seeing the price, of all the other Blu-ray players. Damn, this Blu-ray, $800. This Blu-ray, $880. This one, $1,200. What the hell? This one, $1,000. Why are there no Blu-ray players that cost $600 or less? They walk back up there and goes, can I get a Sony PlayStation 3, please? Sony did that. And I got to say, genius upon Sony. But Sony didn't have those titles, didn't have those hit games. And Microsoft capitalized on that ass with a Halo. Smack it, back, elbow drop. Randy Savage style. I mean, just Halo alone. Let me not say nothing else. They had Fusion Frenzy. Do you remember playing Fusion Frenzy? 4 people all together? You could play Halo, follow up with Fusion Frenzy. Stop it. Xbox game lineup was smash. But don't sleep on Nintendo Wii. This was a time in gaming where I felt like you had to have every console to enjoy the market. Today, it's not that. Right? And even the generation before that, you didn't have to do it. The generation after, you didn't. I feel like that was the one generation where you had to get every single console from each one of the major powerhouses to enjoy gaming in a full aspect. Okay? You seriously do. You got a PlayStation 3 to enjoy Blu-ray, which, by the way, PlayStation 3 had some hit damn titles. I don't know. I got notes. I haven't even went to my notes, by the way, and I'm taking shots. So y'all know this is legit facts off the top of the head. I'm not sitting here. Look, I got notes for days. I ain't read none of that. This is facts. But I want to say, if I can find, I'm not even going to look. I'm going to just say this. PlayStation 3 had hit games that still today are big titles. I think Last of Us was on PlayStation 3. Anybody correct me on that? Was Last of Us on PlayStation 3? Big title still today, even being remastered. Last of Us is classic, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, they took that shit to a new level. Forget everything else. That's a new level. That's different. Okay? Respect to Sony. But Sony did not have an online system like Microsoft. Xbox Live was mastered. It was untouchable. It was unbeatable. There was no online system, video game-wise, at the time that can beat it. So if you were online gaming, you probably had your best time on Xbox. If you were having single-player gaming experiences, you were probably having your best time on Sony. And then comes the Nintendo Wii. Nintendo Wii was the first time I experienced gaming in a new phenomenon since Nintendo 64, to be honest. And I want to say, no, I'm going to just say Nintendo 64. I'm going to be honest. 3D gaming was changed when Nintendo 64. That was the biggest gap I seen. And before that, I can go to Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, with the colors, the amount of colors being introduced. Okay, it was just beautiful. And I can go on and on. Like I said, no damn notes. This is all off facts. But we're talking about PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360. Nintendo Wii, it was the first time where I was playing a game where I actually felt like I was in the game. If I swung a sword, I could swing it. If we were boxing and I felt like I won, then I probably could beat you up in real life. We had a lot of different things to come out, but never really hit. Power Glove? Anyone? Okay, Power Glove? Anybody remember that? You would punch and then it would be like uppercut. Like, what are you doing? I did a punch. The Wii was the first time where you could actually see your hand and arm move. So you felt like if you go like this and throw it wide, it actually benefited you. Now, my man Joe, I'm going to put the link in there because Joe, you said, I definitely want you to jump in and chime in. I want everybody, if you can, anyone that wants to come in, chime in at any point. I'm going to start bringing people in that want to chime in on this because I really do want to go through that history and talk about that and explain. A lot of younger people do not understand the history of these console generations and why we are where we are today. And I think that's very important. All right. But Tosco says Nintendo Wii has a huge selection of educational games as well. I ain't gonna lie, I slept on that because they do. And I think not only educational, Nintendo Wii was the one system that and this is a true story. I remember my uncle who is a reverend. My uncle's probably 70 some years old right now, right? At the time, he may have been like 65, 66. And I remember having the Nintendo Wii set up in the front family room. I remember them being at the house, and I remember my mom saying, have them play boxing. You know, we play bowling. I love playing bowling. Let's play boxing. And we actually turned on boxing and had my uncle, okay, and my cousin playing boxing. And the age gap between the two is so wide, you would never expect these two to come together on something and to actually have fun and to be competitive. The Wii did that. No other system did that. The Wii did that. So I want to give Nintendo its respect. I don't want to act like I'm shitting on Nintendo at all by any means, because the Wii was the most innovative console to me. Number 2 would be Dreamcast to me. But Nintendo Wii did something that a lot of people, and there are certain games, yes, where it failed. The motion controls were terrible. They did not work. But there were certain games where it was mastered. Wii Sports alone, people are still playing that. There are people who are working out daily to that. Serious workouts. I'm not talking bullshit. Oh, yeah, I do this today. I mean, literally counting their calories, and the game's not that bad at doing it. We're talking a Nintendo Wii. All right. Now let's see what man Joe said. He said Nintendo is for kids. PlayStation, Xbox for the real boys with chest hair. All right. He said, and the girls too. I wouldn't leave out the ladies. Nintendo needs to make more adult games like first-person shooters and action and horror. Oh, let them have it, Joe. Now, my man Joe, I want to say, Joe, you are onto something about that. That is actually part of the story that we have left out. I'm glad you mentioned it. A lot of times Nintendo has been left out of this, let's say more hardcore gaming or adult gaming, or even just being a home console, is because Nintendo did not, especially earlier on, did not adapt to any adult related or 18 plus games at all. At all. And I'm just going to take you young bucks on a little history lesson. Let me tell you, I remember when Mortal Kombat dropped. Okay, I'm talking about the Mortal Kombat that you had on Super Nintendo and you had on Genesis. All right, you had to pick. You had your homie that had one, you had the other. Unless he was a spoiled kid that had both. And we all know how it went. All right, I was a spoiled kid that had both. But nonetheless, I said, yo, my homie, he was rocking Sega. I said, yo, that Super Nintendo version better. It looked way better. The graphics. Do you see when you throw a Raiden Thunderbolt in that game, bro, compared to Sega? And you know what my homie said? He looked at me dead in my damn face and said, ABACABB. What could I say, bro? That man put the blood code in my face.
Sticking out your gap for the Rizzler.
I couldn't do nothing. Yo, my man. And Sage, what's going on? Sage, I see you in the building. What's good? And I got the link in there. I want to get everybody in. I need your opinions on this. We all have been a part of this gaming journey. So I need everybody's opinions on it. Okay? But Nintendo Wii was the biggest jump. And I don't want to make that, any understatements on that. Like, that shit was major. But right after that, you dropped the Wii U. Oh, man. I don't even know what sad sounds I have. Do I have a sad sound? Let's just try. Do you notice me? Do you notice me? Yeah. No, that's how the Nintendo Wii U felt. Okay? It felt just like that. It was literally, do you notice me? Do you notice me? Do you notice me? Do you notice me? Yeah. Nobody noticed you, Wii U. Nobody. We didn't notice you. You know why? Because we had real big boy systems to play with. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and which, by the way, Sony made up so much ground on that PlayStation 3 that when PlayStation 4 came out, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm a Microsoft fanboy, and I was fighting. Until this recent merger between Activision Blizzard, okay? Like, Microsoft was fighting, man. Sony coming. Sony had us in the corner for years, bro. We came out, and finally, man, we got a merger. And a lot of people might think, oh, Sony's not all that. Yo, bro, let me tell you something about Sony. I'm a Sony hater, and I love Nintendo, love Microsoft, but I am a bona fide Sony hater. When Sony PlayStation 4 came out, it was the opposite. Okay? It wasn't like Sony PlayStation 4, they had all the games drop out. Bow! That shit was a hot lineup. Bow! Xbox, it was like, shit, can we get... Okay, I can. But a lot of people don't remember Microsoft doomed themselves. And I'm going to say that. Microsoft doomed themselves a lot. When they were actually releasing the Xbox One, I do believe that was the time, and anybody, please correct me on this, I do believe that was the time they said their system had to be connected to online 24/7. I do believe that's the time where they said it would not play any of the previous Xbox games, okay? Which, by the way, that's damn near up. Okay, Sony, here I come. You almost had me jump shit right there. That's some bullshit, all right? And then Sony comes out in their conference, and all they have to do is say, we're backwards compatible. Whoa, shit, in the whole joint. It was over. Microsoft was done. Yo, people ran out the Microsoft conference and went into the Sony side. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you how bad it was with Sony. Sony said, we're going to release our system $600. The people said, yeah! How the hell do you cheer for a price break? Like, people did not care. That's how bad Microsoft bombed. So they dropped the ball. Okay. And Wii U, where the hell were you? We don't even know where you were. You were somewhere being played on the shitter. Okay. Because that's what I was doing. I remember playing Mario Party, which is a great game. By the way, if you're playing Wii U, it's very innovative. You got the main controller. And if you're doing like 1 versus 3, right? Hey, it's great. You're the Bowser and you can see everyone else and they can look at the screen and you got a different view. Oh, very innovative. Bombed. It's not that. It's not that. Okay? Now, before, I'm going to start bringing folks in because I want to bring my man. I see my man Joe in there. Okay? Got to bring him in. We got to talk some good shit, man. I see my man. I want to go to chat, too. Wii U is still a home console. You are absolutely correct, Magnus. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you some NWO music on that, Magnus. Wow, Magnus. You are absolutely correct. That's where we agree. Wii U is a home console. Wii U is not a portable console. There we go. All right. You don't got a battery in your Wii U console. You might have a battery in the controller, that big, massive hunk of a damn controller. You got a battery in there. You're absolutely correct. But you don't have a battery in the console. I would say that's a home console. And my man Tosco, he said it. He said if it got a battery in it, it's portable. That's it. That might be something well said. So I'm going to go ahead. These are my notes. Now, I'm not even going to read this shit, but I'm going to just show y'all, right? Like, I don't be playing with my notes. I'll be bullet pointing and all that, okay? But I'm going to just say this. Sony, I'm going to tell you about the PlayStation 3 and why I think that was like a big point in systems. One, $600. I remember that system being released for $600. Last time I remember a $600 system. What's that, Neo Geo? Back shit, the games was $200. Who the hell is buying $200 Neo Geo games besides Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell and all them kids over there in LA? Okay? Who the hell else was buying that? Okay, all right. In LA, shout out LA, because I don't know, some of y'all was living it rough over there. Okay, yeah. So, yo, Isaiah, stop. Hey, Isaiah, don't be telling on me, man. Don't be telling on me, Isaiah. All right, man. Hey, we might have. Hey, you hush there. You hush there, Isaiah. You hush. Don't tell nobody. All right, this is between me and you. Between me and you only. It's on the podcast, but they know. They know. Okay. Sales. Another thing for PlayStation 3. Big thing was sales. A lot of people did not think PlayStation 3 was going to sell very well. And when it dropped, it was crazy. I do remember buying a Japanese version. Yes, there was no ones to buy nowhere in the US. So I bought a Japanese version because, believe it or not, and I don't know if this is still true or not, but I remember the PlayStation 3s being region free. I do remember that. So you can be able to buy a Japanese PlayStation 3, but you can still play games from any region. Let me know if that's not correct. I do remember that, though, because I bought one from Japan. I got it and I resold it for like $1,200 because nobody had them. It was just like a huge market for it. So I did sell it, but I was playing the Xbox 360 at this time. But sales were crazy on those PlayStation 3s. And I do think PlayStation 3 won the war in the end. I think it was like 87 million, 83 million. I got the numbers here. Hold up. Let me see. So March of 2017, PlayStation 3 sold 87.4 million, and the Xbox 360 sold 78 million over a lifetime. Okay, I wasn't too far off, right? Told you I ain't going to the notes, Isaiah. So, matter of fact, notice I did this whole show with no notes. I didn't go over this. Okay, I got it just in case. You never know when you might have to, cheat on your test. Excuse me, Isaiah. Had to cough there. Okay, but Xbox 360. I want to talk about Microsoft for a second because I don't want you guys to be disrespecting Microsoft, man. I'm a Microsoft fanboy, man. And I'm gonna just take this second, and y'all gonna listen, damn it. Y'all gonna listen, okay? I'm a Microsoft fanboy. And I can tell you, when Xbox 360 dropped, I remember everything Microsoft. I got controllers, yo. I got that hard. Yo, when the system dropped for $300, I thought I was the shit. You couldn't tell me nothing. Yo, you gonna buy that $600 console? Ha! You lame, son. I got $300 extra to spare, son. Yeah, boy. Then I started buying accessories. It was like, yeah, $300, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got the controller, boy. Let's go. Oh, I need to buy another one. That's all good, though. That's all good. One controller. You know what I'm saying? $50. I got that. Bow, bow, bow. Now I got the console with the controller. $350. Let's go. Sony, $600. Get out of here. Damn, my hard drive space. Shit. All right. Okay, how much the hard drive, man? Okay. Hard drive is how much? Are you? Is that the cheapest one y'all got? $100? Okay, let me see real quick. Okay, cool. We good. Give me that hard drive, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take the hard drive. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, because right now I'm about $450. Let's go. $600. I got hard drive controllers, all that. Let's go. I'm loving it. What you mean? I can't connect Wi-Fi. Oh, it don't got built-in Wi-Fi? And you serious? Are you serious? You gotta be joking. It ain't got built-in Wi-Fi? The Sony got it though. All right, how much is that? How much is the Wi-Fi? Oh, it's $100. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see it. Damn, that's $550. Shit, I could have just bought the wrong Sony. That's how I be. That's how it be, man. They got me. It's all good, Microsoft. But if you want an entry base level, $300. And JoJo, you might just say that, man. Now that's supposed to be. That's a whole nother subject, JoJo. We're not talking about that. That's here nor there. Okay, that is something that it happened. Okay, Microsoft tried to remedy the situation. Okay, they fixed the motherboard. They got rid of those old ass heat sinks. They tried. It was a couple revisions. Took a while. It was a fight to fight that shit. Okay? But in the end, Microsoft defeated the Red Ring of Death. They stomped on the Red Ring of Death. So what of a 60% fail rate of our first release consoles? I don't care if it's a 60% and it's more than not. Okay? We're a very successful console release. All right, which, by the way, I want to say that was probably the biggest console release failure in history. 60% of those shits failed, bro. 60% of Red Rings were out there. If you got one of them old Generation 1 Xbox 360, yo, you done towel tricked your shit to death. Your shit cooked. Your board looked like somebody bent that shit with their hands. They went. Why would you do it? But nonetheless, man, my man Tosco, he right. Tosco, you know what? I'm throwing all that shade on Microsoft. I do remember when PlayStation Network got hacked. I remember that, Tosco. Thank you. Thank you. Because Sony did get hacked. Y'all got DDoSed. Come on now. Was down for months. Months. We ain't even talking a week. Months. There was so many damn months. I forgot they had it online. I ain't even, you didn't even play online. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? It was so long. When it came back, people didn't even know. They had to send out email blasts and all that shit. People was like, oh, online? No, that Sony ain't real. Sony don't do online no more. Remember that, Tosco. Thank you, man. You know how many Xbox Game Pass, well, it wasn't Game Pass back then, but Xbox Live subscriptions was being sold? Oh, hell, Sony to drop the ball. What you doing, Sony? What you doing? You tripping. Tripping, Sony. All right. My bad. I got to get my man Joe in. Tosco, thank you for that, man, because I was roasting Microsoft for a minute. I don't do that. That's not me, man. It's not in my blood, man. It's not in my blood. I got stock in Microsoft. Them boys been going up. All right? Put some respect on their name. All right. Here we go. And the Red Ring of Death was major, though. That shit cost them like $1 billion. But we move on. We move on. Life goes on, man. You can't sit here and dream of all that all day. But in the end, that console generation changed it because Nintendo became the console of innovation after the Wii. The Xbox became the console of online gaming. Cloud gaming was soon to come. Xbox has kind of always nailed that. And Nintendo, even though they have first-party titles that kill, I somehow feel like Sony first-party titles have almost equaled Nintendo in a less amount of time. So that's where Mario is iconic, bro. You're not gonna have me shit on Mario. You're just not. You're just not gonna have it, bro. Like me shitting on Mario is like me saying I hate games. Like, come on, bro. You can't do that. All right, you can't do that. I ain't gonna do that to Mario. Nintendo Mario, that's like it. When you think of gaming, you don't think of Atari 2600 Gunshot or whatever that shit was. You think of Mario. Okay? So I get respect. My man Joe. I'm gonna bring my man Joe in. Let me make sure I got my. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, Joe, and I'm glad I got you here. Someone who is familiar with what I'm talking about, man. You know, someone who has grown up, all right, playing these same games every day. You got a physical collection that a lot of people don't know. Quite a bit, even behind you. We got a snippet behind you, but they don't see. It's real, okay? That wasn't collected in 2022 and 2023.
No, that was been since 2014, maybe even earlier.
Okay. So, Joe, I want to ask you first question: is Nintendo Switch a home console?
No, it's portable. Same like if you ask me, is a Steam Deck is that a home console? I'd say no. It's a portable gaming. It's a portable gaming handheld. It's not a system. Even though you can dock it to the TV, it's not because if Nintendo was like actually like a real online, I'm sorry, if Nintendo's a real like home system or whatever, it would have voice chat. It would have good online gameplay experience like Xbox and PlayStation. It doesn't. You can't even do voice chat on there. I don't even play games online. I do mostly single player story mode. That's it. But it's like even I know that's like no, it's not a fucking home console. It's a handheld.
Facts. Now, Joe, what if I was to say to you that my Nintendo Switch, I can play Zelda Breath of the Wild on my TV? I got a 75-inch, man. I'm playing 1080p. Beautiful. And this game, story-wise, is better than a lot of games that you're playing on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. Could I debate that this is a home console because this console has the power to make games to compete with those powerhouses that you cannot take off the damn dusty TV stand?
Oh yes, you can. You just emulate it.
Give you Wolfpack music.
Not Microsoft. Nintendo's dropping the ball.
Yeah, you're right, man. They could be. Now, let me ask you this, Joe. If let's play a hypothetical. We got a lot of people tuning in. I want to play a hypothetical here. Nintendo Switch 2. We know there's a lot of rumors, a lot of different stuff coming out. A lot of people. We had this discussion years ago, right before that OLED came out, and we got shitted on by Nintendo. Like they hyped us all up to drop an OLED. When they drop a Nintendo Switch 2, Joe, do you see this being a home console, or do you see them following this format, this portable format where they just go portable mostly the entire way? Same situation where we got a dock, the console is made to have a battery inside of it so you can take on the go. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going to follow the hybrid system. It's just going to be like this, like a Steam Deck size or like a one of the other gaming portable PCs on the go. It's going to be like that size, bigger. It's going to have worse Joy-Con drifting, and I'm sure they will. And better screen and a better battery probably. But it's definitely going to be a hybrid. It's not going to be a gaming. It's not going to be a gaming system.
Yeah, they better not have drift, man. Stop, Joe. They better not have that drift, man. They're going to have me hot, Joe. They're going to have me hot if they got drift, man.
Anytime I think of gaming systems, I always think of like either PlayStation or Microsoft or Sega. Nintendo. Yeah, I think of Nintendo. But like I actually sit down on the sofa and play a game. Yeah, it's either Microsoft or Sony. I'm a Sony fanboy and you're a Microsoft fanboy, so
exactly. I mean, I don't mind that. I like the competition like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. Or like Philly, since you represent Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? One of them. We don't like them. One of them rivalries. So I'm with you. Now, my man Magnus said the Switch 2 is going to be a giant smartphone. Now, I want to go ahead and just say this. I actually agree, Joe. One of the things that I think with the Switch 2, I think they're going to be using a chip that is used on mobile devices.
Regardless, it'll be easier to hack.
Yeah, it'll be easier to hack.
No, the repack's not out yet for the Switch 2.
We'll definitely, but I do think that it will be using a chip that is typically used in a mobile device, whether it be a handheld device, cell phone, regardless of what you call it. But being that when you're using that, one thing I will say to that, it does help Nintendo because it lowers the cost. A lot of times these things are in the market already. So the compatibility with different things, software-wise, how to use them, how to make it efficient with the current hardware you have. A lot of those things are already out there. So you're able to sell systems configured, working great for a lower price point.
Yes.
of entry.
More
Versus-
recycled old computer parts.
Correct. So versus, someone who say, hey, we're going to go for a damn, I want a i9, you know what I mean? 14,000, whatever. You know what I mean? No, we don't have to do that. We can go for a chip that's being used in a mobile device. And as long as it's powerful enough to handle certain things that we need, that's good. Do you think Nintendo's going to stay going that route? Or do you think Nintendo is going to say, you know what? We're going to go ahead and compete?
No, Nintendo can't compete. They're, like I said, it's it's children and adults. You can't compete compete with a 5-year-old. Say, hey, we got the new the Call of Duty Black Ops 5 or whatever the heck on GTA 6. Mommy, I need GTA 6. They can't. The Nintendo generations for children and people like us that want to tinker with stuff. I know adults that are our age that are not hacking, and I tell them, what systems do you play? Oh, I play Microsoft or I play Sony. They don't mess with the Switch. Only people like us mess with the Switch and children, but we do it for piracy reasons and all the other reasons.
Agreed. You know what, Joe, on top of that, let's play this in its entirety, right? Now, me and you, we both have cell phones. Do you have a cell phone as well, Joe?
Yeah, I'm talking on it right now. S9 Plus refurbished by myself.
So, Joe, do you play cell phone games on your cell phone?
I used to play RetroArch, but then it's kind of the phone's too small. It's kind of scratched up. It's a little hard to see. The battery sucks in it, even though it's a new battery in the phone. There's no point. I had the Switch. I had the Steam Deck. PSP, PS Vita. So I'd rather game on that.
Yo, Magnus brought up something interesting, Joe. Let me ask you this. And this is so deep. It caught me off guard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If the Switch 2 was actually made to work with cellular providers, so the same way you can call and get a Samsung.
That's what the PS Vita used to do. They used to have a SIM card adapter.
So imagine you have a Switch 2, and now you call AT&T, you call Verizon, you call one of the major providers, and they can offer you this under contract.
Yes.
A small fee. Now you have a console that you literally paid maybe a monthly fee for until you pay off the device. Joe, if that was to happen, because I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of deep. If that was to happen, Joe, do you think that would hurt the Switch 2, or do you think it'd help?
I think it would, because people might not be able to pass a credit report check or whatever to get the device or something. It'd be kind of stupid.
Now, what if you can buy it? What if you could just buy it? Let's say no credit check, and also you could just go and buy it. Like, hey, my credit suck, but if you got $300, you can go buy the system.
If it does, here's the deal. If it does have the SIM card capability of using cell phone service, it's not going to be $300. It's going to be more like $800 to $1,000. They're going to write off of that to make it.
Joe, just think of this and work with me. And he said the Vita used that feature way too soon, which I agree. Magnus, the Vita, you're right. The Vita was. All right. But if they were to do it now, could they do similar to what Sony did with the Blu-ray market? As if Sony was an entry-level Blu-ray player. Now, one thing we will say, in the mobile market, there are mobile phones that are considered gaming phones.
Yeah, Sony did this before. I forget what the handheld was called. It was a Sony Go or something. Not PSP Go. It was called something. We could play games on it and stuff. But it was a major flop.
Yeah, they've been in the market before. So I don't want to make it like Nintendo would be the first to do this. There's been many that have tried and failed. What if you can have a legit console sold in the same manner of the Nintendo Switch, but the difference is right next to the SD slot is a SIM card slot. You can now buy a game system and a phone in one. And by the way, there's different, just like you can detach your Joy-Con, you can attach different attachments to make it more compatible like a phone. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I had a Switch and I held it up and it was a little bit smaller, and I could probably use it as a phone and talk on it and be able to do things. Would that be, because I'm not gonna lie, Joe, as I'm saying it, I'm kind of like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, yo, I can get a new phone and it be a game system and I could do everything, I can play Clash Royale and all my cell phone games along with it. Do you think that's even a possibility, or do you think we just
That would be really cool to do. I'm thinking about like definitely detach the Joy-Cons. But here's the deal: if they were to do that, they would have to make the device smaller because imagine talking on the Steam Deck or something that's that gigantic. It looks like something from like science fiction movie.
yo, you like this? Hello. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I can't grab with my other hand because I'm using my left hand to hold the phone up. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you.
Dude, if that was the case, I could see so many people dropping it, trying to do like voice chat or like trying to use Google Maps. Like, your whole windshield falls off because you're trying to support like a 10-pound system to use Google Maps.
But yo, I just thought about, what we're seeing now just in sales in general is we're seeing a lot of mergers. We're seeing a lot of integration. We're seeing a lot of subscription services. We're seeing a lot of things like, for instance, Nintendo allowing like Xbox to have an app to allow these other apps where games can be played. So you see a lot of mixed integration within competition. So it doesn't surprise me. Like, it's not out the realm to
Yep.
say Switch 2 could possibly have a sim slot.
My
Right.
biggest fear with the Switch 2 is if it becomes all digital. Even though I don't support Nintendo and like buy the games and stuff, it's for the collectors out there and also for us. Certain games, going back with the Switch can't be dumped because they're cloud based. There's no way of dumping them. Like for instance, Hitman, whatever it was called, Hitman 3. It's only cloud version. If they go to all cloud versions and stuff, then technically they're not what's it called? It's not a portable system, it's a home system because you need constant internet connection to play those games. So I would say if Switch 2 goes all digital and you can't bring that with you on the go to play games, then it's fucking a home system.
Now, one thing, Magnus, I'm gonna need to exit you out the chat, man. You give me too many good ideas, Magnus. Is this your show? Is this your show, Magnus? Is this my show or your show? Okay, because what you're saying is too good. Are you on a production team? Okay, are you working with staff? Do I need to talk to someone? Because that's a great idea. Foldable glass, Joe, a Nintendo Switch 2 that's foldable.
Yep.
Stop, Magnus. Now, look, I'm gonna say I'm a Microsoft fanboy first and foremost, so I do not.
Can you imagine making that foldable and detachable Joy-Cons on there? Magnus gonna have some extra business with people sitting on them.
Yo, we got to stop. Nintendo might come out with a Switch OLED 2. They'll fold it.
No, I got a good name for it. They call it Switchblade because it switches, it blades out, and it closes.
Yo, Joe, you might need to, I was going to say you should write them and tell them that, but they'll just steal your idea. So what you need to do is just make sure that you like copyright it or something first and do the poor man's copyright. Don't do the real shit. The real shit, you go to the office and you fill out paper. No, just send that shit to yourself with a stamp. Okay. That's the old man copyright.
Expired stamp, not even a forever stamp, but an expired stamp.
Man, what? And then you go up in court like, hey, look, this shit is sealed. This is the date. Hey, the U.S. Postal Service stamped this motherfucking date. All right, this ain't no joke. They come up in court. The jury start looking like, oh shit, this motherfucker got a document. It ain't even opened. Hell yeah, let me open it right now in front of everybody. Got him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I done been on some poor man copyright shit before. Okay, it's a poor man. They call it a poor man's copyright because you got to bust that shit out in court. And you got to do that shit good too. You got to bust it out like, I got here time stamped the album, and this is the album in full. Okay, and then they look like, oh shit, okay. And then the guys, I object, Your Honor. That's not. No, we're gonna open this shit right here today. Oh, that shit is sealed. Ain't no way the government stamped it and said it's this date. Okay, but nonetheless, my man and Magnus. I see my man Magnus joined in. Magnus, I throw you in the chat. Can you hear us, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Yo, Magnus, first of all, before you even get to it, Magnus, why you say it was like the sex robot, man? Why you say that, man?
Because I mean, you're trying to compare, a home console versus a portable console. The Switch does not make it anywhere near a home console. Just because it has a dock does not make it a home
Hey,
console.
they said they marketed it. You seen those advertisements. There was kids in front of the TV, that 55-inch, and they were playing it, marketed. They didn't show people playing all outside.
All it is projecting the screen from one thing to another.
Hey, you go on AliExpress and buy that shit for $4. Yo, Magnus, you a fool. But now, Magnus, one thing I want to say, and I'm glad you chimed in. Yo, some of the things that you saying about this Switch 2 sound so damn gorgeous, bro. You almost sold me. All right, like I thought about it. I said, yo, if the Switch 2, right now, I got a Google Pixel 4 XL. My bad for shouting out my old ass phone. I shouldn't have did that to my phone. My bad. But I am going to upgrade. It just does everything I needed to do. But I want to upgrade currently. Magnus, if the new Switch was coming out, and I knew it worked also with Verizon service, and I can call, and they said, you know what, Nick, just trade in your Google 4 Pixel XL. We'll send you the Switch 2. That shit would sell me, bro. It would sell a lot of people.
Me too.
Yeah. I think people would call in, just think, oh, I'm going to get a new phone. But, oh, hey, do you play games? Yeah, I play games. You know, I love to play them, but I play my home consoles. Well, you can get the new Switch 2 right now through us.
Drop it in the dock. It'll be a home console too.
Drop it in the dock. You see what I'm saying? Drop it in the dock. It's a home console.
And if you sit on it by accident, send it to Magnus.
Yo, easy. Now, Magnus, when you said that, though, I thought that was genius, bro. I got to say, that is something that, one, it made me think of Sony with the Blu-ray, right? Because I remember when Xbox 360 came out with the HD DVD.
Yeah.
That shit was trash. Yo, have you ever went to one of your homies' house and they bragged to you? They was like, yo, bro, I got the HD DVD. Let's go. My shit looking
Nope.
Your shit is doo-doo. Your shit can't even be resold. I don't even want your shit on resale. Man, get that shit out of here, man. That HD DVD bullshit. I got Blu-ray. The fuck I need that bullshit for? So,
I'll tell you one thing. The new Nintendo needs to come up with something really, really going to knock people's socks off, because you have all these portable handheld gaming systems that emulate the games better than the Switch does. They need to really step up their game and come up with something good.
You know what? That's a good point, Joe. I haven't dived into the market, but as I've been looking, I think it's the Asus ROG or something.
Yeah,
like that.
the ROG Alloy. There's just too many to keep up with now.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones that are fucking powerhouses, bro, and they're running Windows. Y'all know I'm a Microsoft fanboy. It's running Windows.
It's running Windows. Fucking SteamOS sucks.
Joe, man, why you disrespect? Hey, Steam might be watching right now, man. They was proud when you said Steam Deck, but Steam, oh what? Yo, can you tell me, man, why do you just have Windows? Doesn't Steam OS work too?
SteamOS sucks. SteamOS sucks for piracy. Also, the games don't run that well. If I want to run Alan Wake 2, I'll just turn on Windows 10 on there. Day one, Alan Wake 2 did not work on Steam OS. It worked on fucking Windows 10, because here's the deal: you're trying to emulate games to work on a broken OS system. Linux is a great system for doing all the legal stuff and doing all the hacking stuff. Great OS. When it comes to playing games, it fucking sucks.
Hey, Joe want that shit to work. He don't want no bullshit. He want to cut his shit on, and he want his shit to work. You don't want to do no work. All right, now, and I feel you on that, because I must say, I am part of the whole emulators, running your shit. I like the whole get your gaming, even Nintendo Switch for me. I got my shit modded. I throw it on Android sometimes. Okay. Yep. So that's why when you mentioned the mobile side of it, I thought that was fucking brilliant, because I use Shadow on my Nintendo Switch. It literally pulls your Joy-Cons. I can play Modern Warfare 3 on fucking Nintendo Switch with Shadow. All right. It's genius in thought. Like, I'm thinking, yo, you open yourself up to cloud gaming. Like, Yo, Magnus, man, I might say, man, yo, you might soul me, bro. If they really had the Nintendo Switch where it could have a SIM card slot to be used on a mobile network, that again, you know the biggest problem we have with our Nintendo Switch and our hack fucking systems, we can't access the goddamn games to download because we ain't got Wi-Fi. We on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having that SIM card slot.
Yep.
He's on to something, bro. He on to something, man. Magnus, I ain't gonna lie, man. Usually I be kind of biased. I be always like finding some negative shit to say. When you said that, I tried to think of something negative. And I said, yo, they are going portable. Why not fucking just go full in?
Yep, might as well. I mean, you know, like I said, we got that foldable glass. You can make it, you know, as big as we want. You know, fold it down to, you know, the size of the normal phone. Have it a screen as your normal phone. You know,
He winning. Yo, I just thought about that. Imagine having just a little phone, normal size phone, look like this, right? Normal phone.
Yep. Then
you like, you know what? I want to play fucking the new Zelda. Crack, crack, crack. Open that shit up. Oh my! I'm sorry, Magnus. You're right. You're right, Magnus. That
Nick,
to me.
they'll fuck it up. They'll put a stylus in it.
Hey, he said that for the.
Like a Palm Pilot.
Yo, if they fuck that up, I'll be so mad. But when he said it, I'm thinking of it. I'm like, yo, because he right. I don't think myself, Nintendo Switch 2, if I'm Nintendo, I'm gonna be honest. I am not gonna fucking think about home consoles at all. Why? When I'm actually profiting off selling consoles, it makes no sense. Okay,
you're dominating on the mobile.
Yeah, you're dominating. So why would I even do that? So I agree. I'm going to continue the same thing that we're doing. So now, how far am I going to go into the mobile market? Because if you can actually mobile market is where it's at right now, and I think that's where a lot of people can agree. Mobile market is where it's at.
If the Vita came out today, you know,
right.
and had, you know, better specs and everything like that, and had the cellular feature, it would be a top dog right now.
Preaching. You preach.
I agree with you on that. Definitely 100%.
I mean, I still had a flip phone when the Vita came out.
Me too.
And I rocked the flip phone for, you know, a good 5 years after that.
I think we had the Galaxy Zero or something where it was a S1 or S0, I forget what it's called, where you actually, like, you slide up the phone, have a keyboard in it. It was a smartphone, like the first smartphone.
I know what you're talking about. You know, around that time, he's talking about BlackBerry was also popular.
Yeah.
So I was using BlackBerry. I do remember, but I didn't have the smart BlackBerry yet. It was still flip phone.
I was too cool for that.
Yeah. So he's right. It was just a different time. And now just think. Now's
the time.
Like
here's the deal, Nick. This is what I think. Nintendo has two ways of doing this. One, fucking up so badly that nobody wants to do Nintendo anymore, or two, dominating, coming on top. Nintendo has to watch their ass because they have all these portable PC gaming systems out now that can emulate it better than the Switch. They need to really do something good.
You're right. And that's why I think, Joe, what he's mentioning is perfect, because you're right.
Yeah.
The way power has come with systems. First of all, as long as you can have an emulator able to run the game, we have systems powerful enough to run it. But the thing is now is it's much more than just the console. It's much more than just the first party games. It's your phone. It's your day-to-day. It's your, you know, it's also your emulators. It's also other things. They have Switch Online still. They have Xbox Cloud. You can play Xbox games. You can play, like, I'm gonna be honest. I almost want to say, what the hell can't you do if you go that route? Because that cloud gaming market right now, I mentioned Shadow. Shadow, you can click on right now, and you pretty much have a full cloud PC. That's a gaming PC. So right there, you got a gaming PC. Xbox, which we already know Microsoft Xbox, come on. So you can really just go on that cloud PC, play your Xbox games, but you got the Xbox app. Mm-hmm. You can just go to the cloud gaming app. Netflix got games now. You can have
That's crazy. I didn't even know about that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, right?
I haven't tried it, but I've seen it.
I haven't tried it either, but they have a gaming market now. So Netflix has gaming. You have the Netflix app. It's to the point where subscription services are so prominent that if you did go that route, People are going. We're going to have a subscription service. Every one of us bastards right here got a couple of them.
Mhm.
I got Netflix. I got Amazon Prime. I probably got Hulu too. I got, a couple others I can go through. I got them.
A lot of people have said, to start getting off topic, that the gaming has taken over like multimedia, like music and also entertainment. It's become like the number one media now.
Yeah. Seriously, though, mobile, I'm going to tell you how bad it is with mobile. I've been playing Clash Royale for going on 5 years now. The only other game I've been playing for 5 years is Call of Duty, and it's not the same Call of Duty. So mobile, obviously, and I spend money. I'm not even going to cap. I spend money on Clash Royale. Every season that comes out, I do pay for it. I love the game. So the mobile market is killing. If that's me, y'all heard what happened Black Friday. Record breaking. Okay, people sitting home stacking. Okay, people sitting on money, wondering what the fuck to do. Damn, shit, I got 2,000. This motherfucking Black Friday was some bullshit, by the way. Up to 70%, up to 50, up to 60, up to. I don't want to hear up the shit. If it ain't buy one, get one free, goddamn, you know what I mean? 90% off, 80% off. I want to hear some good shit. I was upset. Black Friday. That's just me. You know what I mean? But I agree with them 120%. If Nintendo Switch 2 does release and it goes that route, I honestly think it would outsell any Microsoft or Sony console. And to be honest, if it's successful, it fuck around and become a mobile provider. Imagine.
Imagine if also had Android built into it too. That'd be pretty cool. Fuck Apple. I hate Apple.
Yo,
fuck that shit up.
Now Microsoft tried it. That Windows Phone died.
Yeah, it sucked.
That shit died. Y'all remember Zoom? And
I was gonna buy one, but I'm glad I didn't.
Too, because I actually thought the concept was fire. I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
phone, yeah. But
it was too soon too.
It was. I agree. I agree with him on that, because that was at the time they were trying to integrate a lot of the Windows 8 shit and thinking that we were all, everybody's touching everything and nobody got touch shit. Okay. So it was just bad timing. I agree. But now he's right. A lot of things are touch. You can buy touch screens for little to nothing. Black Friday sales. Some of those 75-inch screen TVs are now $250, $300 versus years ago. So nah, I totally agree. Man, y'all. Now I'm gonna ask y'all one more thing, because I'm gonna have to get ready to go, y'all. I know I wasn't supposed to be on too long, and I'm not gonna lie, I took a lot of shots and I gotta pee like hell, and I actually think I need to eat. You know how you drink too much and you be like, oh shit, I better put some bacon or some goddamn some steak in my system. So let me ask Magnus, I'm gonna start with you first. If someone told you Nintendo Switch is a home console, would you agree?
No.
Okay. And we got Joe's word. And that's the final answer. That's all we need. It ain't. We all three of us can agree that shit's not a home console.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Hey, you know how you suck your fingers after that barbecue? Damn, that shit was good. But one thing I'm gonna say also, which console generation do each of you think was the most beneficial, or let's say the most competition, where they each kind of had their own niche? Because there was points where really, I'm gonna be honest, one console ain't really do too much. Like Dreamcast ain't do shit.
Yeah,
they ain't do that. All right,
it'd have to be the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 era.
I agree.
I would say seriously, Dreamcast and PS2, because PS2 had the same thing like PS3 with the Blu-ray drive. PS2 had the DVD drive. Dreamcast didn't, but they had good online service. But then they kind of fucked it up, and then Sony took over, and there goes Sega.
I'm with you on that too, Joe.
Nick froze.
You think because they were trying to get into the online gaming, because they seen where Microsoft was going. They knew it, right? So they came out with the attachment. You were able to play DSL and you were able to play some games online, but they still didn't have the back end of the online. And you're right. It was kind of one of those systems where it was a lot of changes, because I do remember having a PlayStation 2 modded, by the way. I do remember having the hard drive and the FAT system. fat ass hard drive, plugging into the back of it with that network adapter. All right, I remember that shit. Okay, fire times. Now, was it more of a jump to PlayStation? I can debate. Now, I do think PlayStation 3 just Blu-ray was major to me, and then I think motion controls.
Like without going into a whole rant about this, like with the Dreamcast, they really opened up the world to RPG games. This includes Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy, all that other bullshit with Shenmue. They really that one game paved the way for all these big open world games because that was the first game to have a big open world environment. But you had a day and night cycle, had a rain cycle, had a weather cycle. NPCs actually had cycles.
You know what? I will agree. I do remember playing certain games like Earthbound, right?
Yeah.
Certain things where they kind of went through that, but it was more of a story based. I will say, I do remember playing Shenmue, and I remember playing it, and I do remember no game being like it at the time. Yeah. I remember it being vast, a lot of things to do. I remember that no other system compared to it, right at the time. But is that console or just a game? Is that just a game?
What? Yeah, I would say it's a bit of both because it would really push the Dreamcast hardware to like maximum. I don't know what game really pushed the PS2's hardware to maximum. I'm sure there's a game out there that did that. I just don't know off the top of my head, but that really paved the way through like the gaming wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if Dreamcast would have fucking put a DVD drive in their system, I think they'd still be
and I do remember PlayStation 2 at that time. I remember a lot of people using it as a DVD player. And I'm gonna just give you an example. There was a famous rap lyric: "Broke with a PlayStation for a CD player."
Yep.
Right? People use those as CD players, DVD players, Blu-rays, and that's been something Sony has been leaning on. There's people who go, man, damn, I need a DVD player. Well, you know what?
My got me my first PS2. That PS2 came from Toys R Us. We're going old school now.
Toys R Us. Toys R Us, KB Toys, Egghead Software. You remember them? Man, we had some Funko-Land. What the hell is a Funko-Land, bro? What the fuck is this Funko-Land? Like Funko?
Something like that.
We got Funko Pops, but it wasn't spelled like funk. It was like FUNCO, Funko-Land. I don't know, man, but I ain't gonna lie, Funko-Land, that shit was way better than GameStop. I don't care. Funko-Land was popping. I don't know what, but it's a different era. And I agree. Now, last thing, because like I said, I do gotta go. You gentlemen, we talked about, I just mentioned Funko-Land, GameStop. Did either of you do any Black Friday shopping?
Nope.
Okay.
All I do is cook all day at the restaurant for fucking miserable people.
Damn, Magnus, no. Let me ask, do either of you usually do Black Friday shopping, or have you done it in the past?
I have never done it. Opened up the restaurant.
All right. So, do either of you think, and I'm going to ask, because I'm someone that has bought into Black Friday at one point, and I do believe it's a sham and smoke and mirrors and all that bullshit. But how do each of you feel about Black Friday as you don't participate in it? Do you think that people are just running around rat racing? These are scams, or these? What do you think? Why? What is it?
People are buying stuff they don't need and they'll never need. Oh, look, I can buy a rice cooker. When was the last time you fucking cooked at home? Now you bought a rice cooker. You don't know how to even use it.
Magnus, what do you feel about it?
Well, the concept is great. Get a TV at a great discount, but around here, these people are crazy, man. I could not go in there and not get bumped or hit, knife pulled at me or something.
You're right, though, man.
I'm past.
These people crazy. I'm gonna say, and now because I'm gonna think this is why I think Black Friday is so different this year. I think retailers finally realized that people are now not coming into stores as much. There was a lot of people in store. I want to say, if you went out, it was fucking packed. I don't want to get it like it wasn't packed, but I think they realized that there are people who are possibly spending more online than they are in the store. And a lot of
Any
these
day
sales
you
are
get the
online.
stuff cheaper online than Black Friday. Usually, no lie. Any day of the week, go on Amazon, go on eBay. Oh wow, I can save $100. Yeah, but did you do your shopping? Did you look on eBay and Amazon? See, oh wow, I can save even more money. People are stupid.
Think if I'm Best Buy, I'm thinking like, yo, why do I want to pay distribution to have all this physical shit shipped here when I could simply just sell it online, ship the shit to my store, and they'll pick it up when it's ready? Why would I care? Why would I don't need to bring shit. It's all online. So that's just me. I just think that's why Black Friday was shit. But I'm glad you gentlemen don't indulge. I do. I am a sad American enjoying this bullshit. So excuse me, okay, for spending money, keeping those taxes. Going. Keeping our
One quick little conspiracy theory. 25 years, 30 years from now, there's going to be no physical stores. Only like restaurants and maybe a tire.
Well, you know what, Joe? Imagine that 30 years from now, you go into a store, it's Applebee's, Red Lobster, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Freddy. Like it's all that shit in one. And you just walk up like, damn, what I want today? Shit. I feel like some Long John Silver's. Pick some random shit. Bam. Okay. And then they give you the menu. You're like, oh shit, I can get the fish and chips. And all right, that's $7.99. Let me get that. Bing. And that shit make you Long John Silver's. That shit ain't gonna ever happen, Joe. That shit's like 100 years. I might be going a little too far. 100 years from now, we'll be able to have 7 restaurants at a brick and mortar. Okay, you just walk up to it. Bing, 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 bing. That shit make all your burgers, your Big Macs, your Whoppers, all that shit. I ain't gonna lie, Joe. That shit sound like a dream come true. Yo, my fat ass sound like that shit sound delicious. Yo, I can go around the corner. You telling me I ain't got to drive down the street or around? I could get fucking Culver's, Taco Bell, fucking all that shit at one spot? God damn, man. Hey, whoever listening, man, better start merging up. Yo, any last words from either one of y'all before we out?
Like and subscribe, Nick Mozo 5 on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page.
Check him out on the podcast.
Yeah, my dude Magnus, man. And for those who don't know, Magnus is a billionaire. He's living a great life.
Okay.
That's why you always Yo, I can't even finish when I left. That's why you always see him on vacation. You know what I mean? I know sometimes I'll be on vacation too, but I wish I could be like him when I grow up. So that's what I'm inspired to be, a Magnus, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Magnus. You know what I'm saying? Joe, as always, I look to Joe for my food, baby. That man got them fire chicken wings, the ravioli. I remember eating that shit. I was tearing it up. Boy, that shit was delicious.
You got to come down sometime. I got another batch of homebrew going.
Man, you got the home. Stop. We're going to be on this shit all day, man. I got to pee too. Yo, Magnus, Joe, thank you for tuning in. Everybody that tuned in, thank you. I'm going to be chopping this shit up and reposting this shit. Also, Mr. Mario episode dropping in 3 days.
Yo, I can't wait to see that, Nick. Can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm wondering what I even said. I don't even remember what I was saying. Like, we talked an hour before we went on. I thought we was live. Yo, imagine talking to somebody from an hour, like a whole hour. And then you're like, okay, shit, we good? And they're like, oh, are you ready to get started? I was like, what the? I just gave you an hour worth of good shit. You ain't hit record? Oh, fuck. All right, let's start again. Hey, it's Nick Moses from Nick Moses 05 Gaming. The fuck? Damn. But that's my dog, man. It was great. We was talking and it just kept flowing, man. We couldn't stop. So, nonetheless, that be in 3 days, man. But Joe, appreciate you, man. Magnus, y'all know, you know what it is, man. Other than that, y'all, I'm out. I'm about to go take a piss, go eat some food. You gentlemen enjoy.
Have a great night, guys.
Have a great night, everybody.